What's up, YouTube? For today's video, with a full final water starter evolutions team, generations 1 to 9. We've got Blastoise, Feraligatr, Swampert, Empoleon, Samurott, Greninja, Primarina, Intiello, and Quackquavel, and Samurott Hisuian. Feels like I'm doing the poker rap. Now, last time I did the fire, so I thought I'd do the water ones, and I guess we got the grass to go after this. I've got a pretty long video today, and we've got some amazing battles. Hope you enjoy. First battle here, this one is against Athena, and this is a random battle on the Pokeball. Now, I looked at the team preview, and I was like, man, this team looks like super competitive, but I was really wrong. Like, watch what happened. So, we've got this Swampert. It's a Terra Steel hard press set with Screech, Bulk Up, and Waterfall. It's pretty bad. And we have this Annihilate. So, the Annihilate used Metronome, and they got Ivy Cubgirl and topped out my Swampert in one shot. I was like, what is going on? That was like the luckiest first turn ever. So it was a max health, max speed with quick claw reside. So I was like, all right, we'll bring in Greninja then. So this Metronome Annihilate, it needs to get annihilated. So I've got this flinching set on Greninja. It's just all flinching moves, and I also gave it Mud Slap as well. It's pretty fun for getting flinches and misses. So the Annihilate's going to go for Metronome again, and they got Zing Zap. If I was a water type, that would have definitely fainted me. So they're getting like super lucky with their moves at the moment. So I'm going to go for the extra sentry and take out the Metronome Annihilate. That was pretty funny. Also, what is your favorite final starter evolution for the water ones? Let me know in the comment section of the video. I want to see what the most popular is. I want to say my favorite would be Samurott. Out comes Bloated Zit. That's absolutely disgusting. And it's also a Metronome Pokemon. So this looks to be an entire Metronome team. And then they just got first impression. Like, these moves are getting a really like good, right? So that's the end of my Greninja. They're going to get a special attack rise. So we're going to go to the next one, which is Blastoise. This is a choice band set. And we got on this one, max speed and max attack, Adam Nature, flip turn, ice spinner are the main moves I'll be using, and wave crash and earthquake. So they're going to go first with Metronome, and they got Teeter Dance. So, I mean, that's not that bad a move if I hit myself in confusion, right? Now, this Blastoise actually hit pretty hard, and most 99% of people would just predict like a shell smash one. So it was good taking them by surprise. So we're going to go for wave crash, and Bloated Zit has lived. I was like, what? So it's got some health EVs there. So I swapped out. So I thought, well, I'll probably hit myself in confusion with Teeter Dance. Let's be real about this. And we're going to go to Samurott Hisuian right. Now they're going to go for Metronome again. I'm hoping there's going to be no other really crazy moves. And then it pops out a Brave Bird. It's like, that's not bad. It's going to actually should be fainting to the recall there. So that is the end of the Bloated Zit. It got burst. That's absolutely disgusting. So that's 2 Pokemon down. Now the next one's going to be Slowbro here. Now Slowbro, I've got this Fury Cutter sharpness set. So I was like, you know what? I got a good idea. So let's go for Copycat, and I'm going to use Brave Bird on my Samurai. It didn't do bad damage, I guess. This is pretty, Slowbro's a pretty thick Pokemon. So Slowbro's now going to go for Metronome there. I'm hoping it doesn't get a one-hit KO move, and then it gets Growl. So it's like, you know what? If this gets a physical move, I'm going to use Copycat and Growl at them, so that way they're going to get their attack drop as well, just in case, because they've had very good luck so far. Now, watch this, right? So Slowbro went for a Metronome, and it actually got the move Tachyon Cutter, so that's going to hit me twice. I was like, all right, that's fine. I'm going to be able to live that. But the move after this was actually really funny, considering what happened with those growls earlier on. So Slowbro's going to go for, maybe second last Metronome. Then it goes for Topsy Turvy, so that growl that dropped my attack is now going to be inverted, meaning I've got a +1 in attack, which is pretty cool. So now I'm hitting really hard with Fury Cutter, and it's going to go for Low Sweep. So Low Sweep almost faints me. It was very close. This Samurott was a... checking up here. So this was like a really slow set. It was like, it was max attack, and it also had max speed as well. I believe it had max speed. I'm just checking up here. We got Giga Chad coming in here, and that does a lot of damage to Giga Chad. I mean, I think Snorlax might be a wish Giga Chad. I'm not sure. So anyway, it's going to go for a Disrespect Blizzard, and of course it lands. Like, you have to admit, they've been very lucky with the moves they've got. They've got all virtually all attacking moves, and especially at the start, that was absolutely insane. So we got this Inteleon. It's a Pip Knight special, so I'm going to go for the Fells thing. I was like, I don't know if this is going to faint. Didn't it fail? So now Giga Chad's going to go for that Metro. I'm crossing my fingers, hoping for no bad moves, and it unloads a Pedal Blizzard, almost taking him out. So I don't know, man. Like, if I go for Fells thing here, they're probably going to live on 1 health. So I went for a Disrespect Ice Wheel Sphere because I thought, well, Snorlax probably has thick fat as the ability. So I've got loaded dice in my items, so at least I can land 4 times. So I got the Snorlax back. But for its mischief. So now the Samurott, I'm just looking it up now. Yeah, that Samurott was max speed and max attack. That's with Jolly Nature. The Samurott, here's one. So this one is max attack and max speed as well. We got Adam and Nature, and we got a Bree last. I'm not sure what that Mewtwo nickname is. I'm not sure. Like, what is that? It must be some sort of actor, or I'm not sure. Let me know. Anyway, so Mewtwo is going to go for a Sandsear Storm, and that is going to faint me. Now, Mewtwo's got some pretty nice special attacks. So if it gets any kind of special move, it's going to hit pretty hard. So I do need to get rid of it really quickly. So I've got Wave Crash on this, and I thought I could go Terra Water Wave Crash, but I feel like it's going to be enough. Now we've got a Terra on the Mewtwo. So like, oh, I wonder what this is going to be. Is it going to be Terra Psychic or another random one? And it turns out to be Terra Steel. So I don't know if that has anything to do with the nickname or not. I'm not really sure. So here we go. We got another Metronome from Mewtwo, of course. It's coming out of that axe, and it's going to use Pit Missile. The good thing is Mewtwo doesn't have a lot of attack. Not like too much attacking. Blastoise is pretty thick on the defensive side. So I can get a Wave Crash off here, and it lived on 1 health. I'm like, are you serious? I was like, this is where I needed my Fel Stinger Pokemon. So Mewtwo's going to go for a Metronome, and now it gets Poison Powder. Poison Powder, is going to poison me. I know that surprises you a lot. So Blastoise is a poison. I can go for another Wave Crash here, and yeah, that's going to be the end of Mewtwo. So we've got 1 more Pokeball left. I still can't believe the moves they got earlier on. Like at the start, that was absolutely insane. So we got 1 more Pokemon here. We're going to take a little bit of recall damage and some poison damage. So I'm going to need to. I'm probably going to faint next turn, right? We've got Ursalina. So this is definitely going to get hit hard by Wave Crash. But I thought, you know what? I'm gonna try something out here. I'm gonna go into my Gen 9 Pokemon, which is Quackquavel, and this is a special set, right? So, but you wouldn't read about what happened here. So we've got a Metronome, and they're gonna get Metronome Teleport. They tried to run away from the battle. No, I've got to get this done. I can't lose to a Metronome team. I'll get roasted forever. So I've got this Focus Energy special set. So we're gonna go for Focus Energy. Now I've got a Scope Lens as the item, so we're gonna get that 100% fat crit on Hydro Pump. So here comes Ursalina's last Metronome, and it got Water Pledge. I was like, okay, that's great. That's some quality stuff, right? So now I've got Hydro Pump. We're good to go. I've got Terra Ground, and I'll go Terra Ground, and just in case it gets, it's probably going to get a super, it'll get like an electric move. I'm like, they're probably going to get, Zap Cannon or something. So I went for that, Terra Ground Quackquavel. We're running max speed and max special attack. I've unleashed the Hydro Pump crit, and it lived on 1 health again. I was like, what? And I said, you can't make this up. So now, watch this, right? I was super salty at this point. The opponent gets Perish Song. So like, all right, that's it. This is the perfect way to finish off this battle. I'm going to make them faint to their own Perish Songs. I was like, you know what? I don't have to attack them. So what I'll do, I'll just go for Focus Energy. I'll do Focus Energy like 3 times and swap out. That way they'll faint to Perish Song, right? And I was trying to get that salt. So here comes another Metro. I'm hoping for nothing like really good. And they got Trop Kick. I'm like, oh, come on. They get so lucky. So all I've got left now is the Blastoise, and it's got like 2 health left. So I hope I outswim. I've got max speed, but we got 2 more counts of that. And obviously, I can't wait around 2 turns because I'm fate to the poison. So we're gonna flip them off for the flip turn, and that is the end of the battle there. Holy smokes, that was a crazy battle. And whoever Athena was, if you ever watched this battle, thank you. Your Metronome luck was absolutely incredible. Some of the best Metronome luck I've seen in a very, very long time. All right, let's go on to battle number 2 here. We've got, what do we got? We got 5 battles today. First Pokemon here is going to be a Vivillon. So I'm not sure what my opponent's name is here, so maybe someone can translate. We got the Fancy Pattern. So this is probably just going to be a typical focus / lead here with Quiddance. So I'll go for Ice Spinner and at least put it on 1 health, you know, so that's going to be a good start. They either will go Sleep Powder or they'll do Quiver Dance, one of the two. I'm feeling they'll probably do Sleep Powder though. So here comes the Sleep Powder. Blastoise is going to close its little peepers and go to sleep. So at this stage, it may have Giga Drain. It's a definite possibility. So I'm going to be swapping out here, but I believe they're probably just going to go for Quiver Dance on the swap. So we're going to bring in Samurai. Now, since I've got 10 Pokemon here to use, I'll be spreading the different Pokemon over the course of 5 different battles. So you'll get to see at least, them all in action in some shape or form. So this is a special Samurott, and we're going to follow that with a Vacuum Wave. I bet they never expected that at all. So that is the end of Vivillon, because, that would have been very, very difficult to stop, Next Pokemon is going to be the Dragapult. So Dragapult absolutely is going to outspeed me. There's not a lot I can do. I've got an Assault Vest as my item. And we got max health and max special attack and modest nature. So I was able to take the Dragonite reasonably well. I was like, I might just be able to live badly, like at best on the next attack. They decided to go for Thunderbolt, which actually allowed me to live and also gave me information they had an electric type move too. So that's going to be the end of Samurott, but a quality performance there, getting rid of Vivillon. But Samurott's my favorite final evolution starter, followed closely by Feraligatr. So that'd be my 2 favorites. Next Pokemon is going to be, Swampert looks like pink plasticine. Look at it. So this is a Pipnight special set, I'll tell you that. This is Terra Steel and Heart Press. I'm thinking, what should I do here? Maybe I should try and go for Bulk Up. So I decided to go for Bulk Up. This Swampert is max health and max attack, so it's pretty thick, and I got the Bulk Up happening. So I thought, well, I could go for Terra Steel here, but I don't know if I want to do that. So I decided to go for Waterfall. I thought that should be enough to actually faint it, So I got that Quick Claw, and I hit it with a Waterfall, and actually, that wasn't a crit. It was enough to take it out. I guess the Swampert also had Torrent as his ability to do, which definitely helped. Now, the next Pokemon I come out is going to be Ogerpon. This thing is... Wow, this thing is just pure sweat. So they're going to go for Horn Leech. I mean, what could have I done there? My entire team was weak to grass, so I was hoping to get a Quick Claw and maybe get some damage and try and flinch it, but it didn't happen. So we're going to go into Greninja. This is max speed and max special attack. We got Water Pulse, Extra Energy, Dank Pulse, and Mud Slap. So I thought, well, my best bet here is to go for the Dart Pulse, and maybe we can get a flinch. That's going to be all I can do, because this thing is just pure sweat, right? So I got the flinch on the first one. I was really happy with that. I'm like, okay, that's good. I'd say they're probably going to go for either Horn Leech or Ivy Cudgel again, and then they got a double flinch, which was really, really good. So I thought, you know what? Let's finish them off with the Disrespect Mud Slaps. So there we go. Ultimate Disrespect, and they're getting salty at this point. So that's the end of half their team. Next Pokemon we got is Fluttermane, so the sweat is real in this battle. So I've got Dark Pulse. I thought, you know what? I know that Moonblast is coming, but let's see how much I can do. And I've got another flinch. I'm like, yes! So I thought, okay, well, if I get one more flinch, this thing's done, right? So I'm going for another one here. I'm waiting. I'm hoping. I got 4 flinches in a row. So is Mud Slap is it gonna take it out? I feel like it's gonna live. So I went for Extra Sentry, and that's gonna be there to Fluttermane. Ogerpon and Fluttermane got completely dumpstered there. So that felt good taking those sweat out. Next Pokemon is gonna be Pawmont. Obviously they're gonna either go for Electric Move or go for a Revival Blessing, because they need to bring back another overpowered Pokemon. Here comes a Mud Slap. I thought I'd troll them a little bit. I was spanking them so hard at this point in the game, and we got that Mud Slap, and then we're for Revival Blessing. I was kind of hoping they'd go for electric move there, but they didn't. They revived their Fluttermane again because they needed their free win for the day. So we're going to go for that Extra Sentry, and that is going to be enough to take out the Pawmont. For argument's sake, I could have done that before Mud Slap, but I wanted to get a miss, and it never happened. So we're going to bring it back in their Fluttermane. I'm going for Dark Pulse again. I'm like, yeah, you watch. I'm not going to get a flinch this time. So instead of attacking me, they went for Pain Split, which is a pretty risky play there. So I went for Dark Pulse again. It's put it on almost the same amount of health. So they got a little bit of extra health back from that. That's essentially it. So I've already taken out 5 Pokemon already, and they've got, I've taken out 5 Pokemon already. I'm counting that Revival Blessing. So we're going to have the Blastoise swapping in. They're going to go for Pain Split. I had a feeling they'd do that after seeing the Greninja play earlier on. And Blastoise is still sleeping here. So they're going to go for Shadow Ball. So I was hoping I could have lived this badly, and I did. I was like, okay, this is great. I can go for Wave Crash if I wake up, that is, but unfortunately, I get very bad luck on the sleep there, so I got good luck on the flinches earlier, but bad luck on the sleep there, so Blastoise would have easily taken that up, but that's how it is. So I've got 2 more Pokemon left, and we got Feraligatr. This is a special Feraligatr. It isn't the greatest, but it's fun to use. So I've got Ancient Power, Hydro Pump, Ice Beam, and Endure, Terra Rock, and Bateo Berry as the item, and Torrent as the ability. So they're obviously just going to attack me with Shadow Ball. Normally, a typical Dragonette's Feraligatr would absolutely destroy the rest of this team, but since I had this gimmicky Hydro Pump set, it wasn't quite enough to take it out, and unfortunately, they didn't do enough damage with Shadow Ball to me to activate my Bateo Berries, and yeah, if I had the Bateo Berry activation, I would have definitely fainted that. So that's going to be the end of Feraligatr. My last Pokemon here is going to be Gen 4, and that is Empoleon. So this is a physical set, so I've got Sword Dance, Triple Axle, Waterfall, and Earthquake, Terra Ground, which was useful on this team with all the electric type weaknesses, Max Attack and Max Speed. Jolly nature. So wait for Waterfall. Any move can really take this out. It's got very bad defenses. The Fluttermane's going to go for the Pain Split again. They like using Pain Split on this thing. Unfortunately for them, I'm running a physical set, so I'm going to drop them from full health anyway. So that's the end of Flutter Lane. We got 1 more Pokemon left, and this Pokemon, of course, is absolute sweat as well. It is a Zacian. So this is their 7th Pokemon because they've already had a Pokemon revive from the dead. So technically, I already beat them, but that's how it is. We're going to go for Terra Ground here, and Terra Ground Earthquake. Obviously, they can just go for virtually any Terra here. I was thinking against Empoleon, their best move would be to go for Sacred Sword. That would be super effective against Empoleon. At least if I went for Terra Ground, it would be neutral. But since Zacian gets a +1 in attack, it already has like a sky-high attack already and very, very high speed, it's hard to feint. So they had Terra Fairy, so no way Earthquake was taking out Zacian anyway. And yeah, I don't know whether I would have... I'm just thinking here, if I did feint that... if I did fake that Pawmot with extra Sentry instead of trying to troll and go for Mud Slap, since I was beating him so easily, maybe I should have. I wonder if I would have beaten that. I think I might have, because I would have had Greninja left, and I could have maybe worked around that. But still, it's a fun battle. There's some crazy flinches in there, and they scraped the win using Sweat, which was pretty funny. So next battle here, we got is battle number 3. I'm not sure of my opponent's name. We've got a. We've got another Quackquavel here, and we've got Blastoise. So this battle was actually pretty funny, to say the least. So I don't have a lot to hit this with. I got Flip Turn or Earthquake. I thought, well, we'll go Flip Turn here, and I'll try and get some damage. Maybe it's got a Sash or something. I don't really know. It's a bit of a strange Pokemon to lead with. So I'm going to go into Samurott here. Now, Samurot's got Air Slash. They're going to go for Acrobatics. Like, that's... Maybe it was a Sash Acrobatic set or something along those lines, right? That makes sense now. I've got Air Slash. It's going to go Close Combat, though. Okay, that's going to be all right, because this is a bulky set. It's max health, right? So I take that very nicely. There is a special defense drop that's only going to benefit my Samurott, and I'm going to be able to easily take that one out, which is good. So that's a nice start to the battle there. I didn't take a lot of damage either, at least on my first Pokemon type took no damage. So here comes the Tinkaton. I can't really do a lot to this because it's got pretty good base special defense, and it's got Skitter Smack. It's like, okay. I was maybe thinking like maybe Fake Out or Giga Hammer or something like that, or play it rough, but yeah, it's got some interesting moves. So it's got the leftovers as the item. My Surfer's doing donkeys at the moment. I wasn't really sure. I was like, I'm going to conserve that Samurott because I can't do anything. I might be able to use, Vacuum Wave later on for a 1 health live or something like that. Now they're going to go for a Brutal Swing. So Brutal Swing and Skitter Smack. This is like a super bulky tanky set. I can't do a lot to this. I thought, all right, well, we'll have to smash through it with Earthquake. This should do a lot of damage with Choice Band, my Blastoise item there. So we're going to go for that Choice Band Earthquake, and that's going to drop Tinkaton, so that's good. So that's the end of that, a very, very tanky kind of set. Now, the next one to come in here is going to be Garchomp. So I was like, all right, well, I'll swap Blastoise out, and what I'll do is I'll go back into my Samurott. I'll just sack it off, because there's not a lot I can do. Then I went for a Tedra. I was like, ooh, I wonder what what Terra Garchomp is going to be going for here. Now, Garchomp isn't too much of a threat. I mean, it is quite a decent Pokemon, but with some of the moves I got, I was pretty confident I could get rid of it. So they're going to go Terra Water, and then they went Terra Blast. I don't know why they went Terra Water. I have to question that play because my entire team was Water. Maybe they just did it as a defensive one, but maybe I maybe would have gone like Earthquake or something. Then they swapped it out. And then went into the next Pokemon, which was Dialga. So I'm like, okay, I went for Vacuum Wave, and I didn't predict Dialga coming in there. I just did it to get some extra damage before Samurott fainted. So I was like, well, I guess I'll go for Vacuum Wave again, you know. So I went for Vacuum Wave. They nearly taken away half of Dialga's health. And Dialga's going to finish off with the Earth Power. So I don't know. They really wanted to conserve their Garchomp there for some reason. I'm not sure. So anyway, we're going to go back into Blastoise. Blastoise has got Earthquake, and we got Choice Band. And I noticed this could hit quite a few of their Pokemon, you know. So we got that Earthquake. I should be able to outspeed this. And then they swapped their Dialga out. So like, all right, if Garchomp comes back in, it's going to take a decent amount of damage. It should be like, I'd say a 3-hit KO with Van, and it was. But that was particularly bulky since I was running Choice Band. Now, that was quite bulky. So I think they've got some weird EVs going on here because I'm outspeeding it too. I think they're running max health Garchomp, like from the damage calcs there. And yeah, that's the end of Garchomp. So I believe they're definitely running max health, and they had like special moves on there too, which was pretty cool. So interesting Garchomp set. Now, the next Pokemon to come out here, I was thinking it's probably not going to be Dialga, right? And they brought it back in. So like, well, I'll just go for Earthquake and see how much it does, right? And it was enough probably just to take it out. So Dialga is going to be fainting. But the good bit is coming up here, but it was very, very funny. So out comes the Palkia. I'm going to go for Earthquake again. I'm locked into it. Good damage on Palkia. Palkia's going to go for a Spatial Rent. Obviously, I'm going to faint to this. Very, very powerful. Plus, it was a critical hit too. So this is actually quite a threatening Pokemon. I need to get rid of this. So we're going to go into Greninja. So Greninja's got Dark Pulse. We've got Extra Sentry. We'll just go for the Dark Pulse. And yeah, I use Protein on this too, if you obviously didn't know. So here comes another Spatial Ren. I thought if I don't get critted, I might barely live this, and I just did. So I went for another Dark Pulse, and that's going to be then a Palkia. So we've got one more Pokemon left. This Pokemon scared me because it was Miraidon. Now watch this. This is super funny. So Miraidon's going to come in. Now there wasn't a lot I could really do with Greninja. I was like, let's just go for Mud Slap. I'm going to try and get it actually drop, yeah? So I've got that one actually drop. Miraidon's going to go for Overheat, and it misses. Like, okay, well, that's good. I mean, that only helped me. I've got Bright Powder as my item too, by the way. So now I'm going to go for another Mud Slap. That's 2 Mud Slaps. So, like, that's good, but it's still not going to like, allow me to dodge, like, you know, every single attack. And then went for Overheat again. So that missed again. It's like, okay, that's fine. I guess they're not going for the electric move. So then they started timer stalling here for a while. So I was thinking, oh, what are they doing? So I went for another Mud Slap. That's 3 Mud Slaps in a row I managed to get off. So we're halfway through there getting the boost, and then went for Outrage. Outrage's going to miss as well. So I'm like, wow, this is really, really good. So I'm going to go for another Mud Slap. This is the 4th Mud Slap on the Miraidon. So I'm almost taking half its health away. In fact, I could probably almost take this out with Dark Pulse, and Electro Drift is going to miss. I was like, yes, I could probably do this now. So I was like, let's go for another Mud Slap here. I need like 5 or 6 of them up, and then they cancel the battle. So there you go, people. The opponent cancelled with the Miraidon against my team. So that was some fresh salt there with Mud Slap. I hope you enjoyed that. Let's get on to battle number 4. This is a battle against Abraham. We got an Annihilate lead, but this team wasn't. This was no Metronome Annihilate. It was just like a, it was just like a normal standard set for sure. So I've got Blastoise as a lead. I like to lead with this because it's pretty good with Wave Crash and Flip Turn. It was decent. It was a good surprise too because a lot of people thought I would just simply Shell Smash. So Annihilate's just going to live that only by a little bit, and it's going to go for Shadow Claw. So Shadow Claw's not going to do too much. Blastoise has pretty good defense. I just went for Wave Crash here. I guess that's the only good thing if I had something like Assault Vest. I could have picked Flip Turn then. But that's all good. That's the end of Annihilate. So that's always a scary Pokemon with Rage Fist. So next Pokemon is going to be Umbreon. Now watch, this was really, really impressive. So Umbreon's going to come in. Man, Umbreon is tiny. It's like the micro Umbreon. So I'm going to go for a Wave Crash here on the Scumbreon, and it has dropped it in one shot. It's like, wow, it's not often you get to see Umbreon get one-shotted like that, especially by physical Blastoise. So Blastoise obviously is going to feign itself there, so they've heavily invested in special defense and health for sure. So we're going to bring in Samurott here, Samurott Hisuian, and we've got Gallade. So I thought, wait a second, I can go Copycat Wave Crash because that was the last move used on the field because I fainted myself. So I'm going to go for that Copycat Wave Crash Samurott. And I'm like, this should do a good amount of damage, you know. This should take the Gallade out. It's not super physically bulky. And it lived on 1 health. I was like, oh, come on. So they're going to get a lucky Sacred Sword off there, and that's the end of my Samurott. I don't know, though. I feel like I was unlucky there, just judging on the damage I did to, Blastoise and Umbreon and what its attack stat is, Samurott's attack stat. So I thought, well, this is actually prime real estate to go for a Fell Stinger and finish it off and get a nice +3 in attack. So I'm going for that Fell Stinger, and that's going to drop the Gallade. So that worked out pretty nicely. Now, this is going to get a drastic boost in attack, and we've got Tauros coming out. So Tauros, this is very, very bulky too, plus it's just dropped my attack 1 stage. So they're a little bit lucky I don't have a lot to hit them with, even for neutral. So I was thinking, well, I could go Sword Dance again, or I could try and drop their defensive Liquidation. I was a little bit stuck here what to do. It was like, maybe I should just Sword Dance up. Are they going to be able to one-shot me? I'm not really sure. But I decided here in the end just to attack them. We got a Terra Tauros, and it's going to be Terra Electric. So I'm like, okay, at least I didn't go for Sword Dance again, because that would have been a completely wasted turn. So they're obviously going to go for Wild Charge here. I'm going to go for my attacking move, and good damage there. Very nice. Wild Charge is going to do some recall damage to them as well. Obviously, I'm going to feint this at full health, so that's the end of Inteleon. But pretty impressive there. Pretty impressive damage. If I had like one more in attack, if they didn't have Intimidate, they had like another ability, I definitely would have fainted them. So we're going to bring in this Greninja again. I'm going to finish him off with a Disrespect Mud Slap. I managed to get a lot of Mud Slap KOs with this team. Plus, I'm going to turn into the ground type as well in case anything goes wrong. So that is going to be the end of the Tauros. It actually worked pretty well on this team because, I'm like pretty much weak to Electric on all my Pokemon except Swampert. And then I could go Mud Slap, turn myself into a ground type, and then proceed to attack them afterwards. It actually worked pretty good. So in comes Baxcalibur. I know they're probably just going to go for a Dragon Dance here. I don't have too much to hit them outside of Dark Pulse. Now, I don't have Protein at all, so it is doing donkeys. Plus, I believe they got some heavy investment in health here. So, we've got a Dragon Dance, and there's not a lot I can really do here. So I went for Dark Pulse again. Mud Slap, and I outspelled. Like, okay, that's definitely max health. I'd say this is like max health and max attack or something like that. Then they went for Avalanche. I was like, oh, okay, Dragon Dance to Avalanche. That's actually pretty interesting. So Avalanche is negative priority. So this is like a very, very tanky set. Now they're going to go for Avalanche again. This time it lands, and that is going to be the end of the Greninja. That's some vanilla ice cream poured on top of it. Next Pokemon that we got is my Swampert. I thought, well, I might be able to go for a... I've got a not... very many options. I've got like Terra Steel, so we'll go for Hard Press. I could go for Terra Hard Press here and hope that's going to be enough to feint it, because Hard Press works on the amount of health the opponent has. So the more health they've got, the more damage it'll do. The less health they've got, the less damage they're going to do. But at this stage, I had pretty much absolutely nothing to lose here, and I expected them to go for like an Avalanche or a Dragon Claw. That was what was running through my mind. So I went for that Terra Steel. Here comes the obvious Dragon Claw. I lived that very, very well, and now I can go for Hard Press. Wow, the axe is huge on top of the head of Swampert, and that's going to take it out, which is very good. So that's the end of Baxcalibur. So crisis averted. The only reason I didn't want a Terra Steel at the start, I was a little bit hesitant because I knew they had a Charizard on back, and they can just press the A button with their face there and take me out in Flamethrower. But there's not a lot I could have done there. I had to use my my Terra Swampert there. If I went for Hard Press without the Terra Steel, I believe it would have lived, and then I would have fainted the next turn, right? So my last Pokemon here is going to be Quackquavel. Charizard probably has Air Slash or Hurricane, and it's got Hurricane, so they didn't really have to work much for the last two Pokemon there because I was forced to Terra, but still a very good battle there. I feel for sure, and that was a pretty damn competitive team for sure. Anyway, let's get on to the last, our fifth battle here. This one is against Anjos. I think that's how I say it, Anjos. not sure what sort of name Andros is, like where that comes from. So this this is pretty funny. So we got a Cereledge lead here. They're going to swap it out, and they're going to go into Eternatus. So Eternatus is going to be rather interesting to try and feint. Now, this Feraligatr, as you know, is a special set. And I'm going to go for Ancient Power on the first turn. I thought I might be able to get a boost against the Cereledge. And I got one. I was like, yes, this is perfect. You know? So the Cereledge would have easily got dropped by this now. But since we've got a Eternatus, I'm going to have to hit pretty hard with a more powerful super effective move. So I went for Ice Beam. Great damage there on the Eternatus. Eternatus is obviously going to go for a Dynamax Cannon. But with that Ancient Power boost and Feraligator's natural bulk, I was actually able to live that one rather nicely. So now I went for a Ancient Power, and Ancient Power is going to feint it. I was a little bit unlucky once again. I didn't have my Potato Berry activated, which kind of sucked. So in comes Zamazenta. Zamazenta is going to be a pretty tough nut to crack here. I'm going to go for Endure and get my Potato Berry up. So I thought I could go Hydro Pump, but it may miss. So now I instantly regret going for Endure because I could have attacked, got my Potato Berry, and then attacked again. But, it is what it is, right? I went for the Hydro Pump, and that does great damage, but Zamazenta's natural bulk saves us. So I was like, I could have gone for Ancient Power and then Hydro Pump, but yeah, who would have known there? So that's going to be the end of Feraligatr, but a pretty solid performance. We're going to bring in Empoleon. Empoleon's going to get hit by a close combat, so it's a max speed Zamazenta. My Empoleon was also max speed, but Empoleon isn't exactly what you call fast, so that's the end of that. Unfortunately, we're going to bring in Samurott here. Now, Samurott has got Fury Cutter, and it's also got Terra Bug as well. So I thought, you know what? Let's go for a Terra Bug. This thing only has a little bit of health left, and I might be able to get a Sharpness, Fury Cutter, Terra Bug Sweep. So that could be pretty fun, yeah. And I don't think they expect that. I think they go for close combat again, and resisted by the bug. So that worked out pretty nicely, and they're going to get another defense drop as well. So that's only going to work in my favor because this thing is obviously going to be able to resist that. But with such a low amount of health and those drops, I can easily take it out on my very first shot. The item on this too, if you're wondering, was Wide Lens. So I didn't miss. Next Pokemon's going to be Ursaluna. So this is absolutely going to probably go for Blood Moon. Very good damage there with Fury Cutter. Here comes the Blood Moon. It's like, yeah, I'd say I'm not going to live that. So that's the end of the Samurott. But maybe if I had one more Fury Cutter up, I might have had enough to take it out. So next Pokemon is going to be the Primarina. You're probably like, you forgot about Primarina. I did forget about Primarina. So in this last battle, we're going to have this Primarina. It's a Calm Mindset with Drain Kiss. We're going to plant some of them kisses on the opponent. So this set has got Ice Beam, Draining Kiss, Aqua Ring, and Calm Mind. We got a Big Root as the item because there's nothing like a Big Root, and we've got Liquid Voice as the ability, and we've also got, I got Torrent as the ability, and I've also got max health and max special attack. I really didn't have any moves to support Torrent or Liquid Voice when I looked at it because I actually didn't carry any of them. So this is purely using Draining Kiss with Terra Fairy. So Urshifu got completely destroyed there by a couple of little kisses. So bye Urshifu. So we've got Cereledge left. Now Cereledge is going to be able to resist both of my attacking moves, and they've also got Armorogue as well. So I wonder what this is going to do. So it's going to go for Expanding Force. That was a critical hit too, so after the Calm Minds, I know it's not going to do much. The thing I'm going to need to do here is to get some Draining Kiss damage. The great thing about Draining Kiss and Big Root is they give a lot of heaps and heaps of recovery left, right? Draining Kiss itself is absolutely insane amount of recovery. That's why it's 75. You get 75% of the damage dealt. So that's why it's only 50 base build. So they've sort of they've kind of given up trying to get Expanding Force to fight me. So they went for a Desperation Armor Cannon. That did donkeys. Even with all the Calm Minds up, it wasn't going to do much anyway. And yeah, Draining Kiss. I pretty much got this Armorogue now. That would need to get, even from here, even a critical hit's not going to save them. So here comes the Mystical Fire, sort of their last throw attempt at trying to stop my Primarina at this point, dropping its special attack. And I'm going to take it out with another Kiss. So we got one more Pokemon being the Cereledge. Looking at this team, apart from Eternatus it actually suited this team pretty nicely. So the next Pokemon is going to be Scarlet. Scarlet, we know, is going to probably have a ghost attacking move, and it's got Solar Blade. Like, oh, okay. So this is pretty funny. So I've got a Calm Mind up here. I needed another one to get that Mystical Fire drop back. Now, since this didn't have a Power Hip, it's going to hit attack on the next turn. Here comes the Solar Blaze. That's probably pretty much it. And I lived on 1 health. I was like, wow, it's absolutely incredible. The merch is available. And we got that Draining Kiss critical hit off. So that was a big stroke of luck there, like getting both those things to happen. The EV spread for this Primarina is max health and max defense, so it's like a really, really bulky set. Unfortunately, Shadow Claw is going to take Primarina out, but that was a very, very impressive performance by Primarina. So we got Blastoise here, and I noticed my opponent hadn't gone for a Terra yet, so like I wonder what they're going to have. Are they going to have maybe, I don't know, Terra Grass or something? And they got Terra Steel. So Terra Steel's not bad. That's actually pretty smart because you can use that with Flash Fire. So we're going to go first and go for Wave Crash. And Wave Crash, great damage there, but just not enough to faint it. So now they're going to go for Psycho Cut, and I couldn't help myself here. I deep down within inside of me, the inner troll was screaming. So I went into Greninja. I'm like, you know what's going to happen here, people. You know what I want to do. So I've got Mud Slap, and we love to get their Mud Slap KOs here. Now, this Ceruledge also had leftovers as his item too. So I thought, well, I think I'm going to need like 2 of these or maybe 1. So I went for the first one. Quality damage there, real quality damage. I know I can probably leave another attack here. It's going to go for Solar Blade, so I need to hit this one real quick. And that is the end of the Ceruledge to another Mud Slap KO. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, drop a like there, people. Give me a favorite Pokemon for the water starters, and I'll catch you next time. Peace out.